To explore the concept of Lucifer's fall as the original sin within a biblical context, we'll delve into the passages that are traditionally interpreted to refer to this event. It's important to note that the Bible does not provide a detailed chronological narrative of Lucifer's rebellion in a single passage. Instead, this understanding is pieced together from various texts that hint at his fall from grace. The primary passages often cited include Isaiah 14:12-15 and Ezekiel 28:12-17. These scriptures, while directed at earthly kings, are interpreted by many scholars as also allegorically describing the fall of Lucifer, due to the descriptions that go beyond the mere human condition. Isaiah 14:12-15. 1. Text: How you have fallen from heaven, morning star, son of the dawn. You have been cast down to the earth, you who once laid low the nations. You said in your heart, I will ascend to the heavens, I will raise my throne above the stars of God, I will sit enthroned on the mount of assembly, on the utmost heights of Mount Zaphon. 1. I will ascend above the tops of the clouds, I will make myself like the Most High. But you are brought down to the realm of the dead, to the depths of the pit. 2. Context: While this passage is directed at the king of Babylon, the description of a figure who sought to ascend above the stars of God and be like the Most High has led scholars to see it as an allegory for Lucifer's ambition and fall. 2. The title Morning Star, Son of the Dawn is interpreted as referring to Lucifer's original glorious state before his rebellion. Ezekiel 28:12-17. 1. Text: You were the seal of perfection, full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. 1. You were in Eden, the garden of God, every precious stone adorned you. You were anointed as a guardian cherub, for so I ordained you. 1. You were on the holy mount of God, you walked among the fiery stones. 1. You were blameless in your ways from the day you were created till wickedness was found in you. So I drove you in disgrace from the mount of God, and I expelled you, guardian cherub, from among the fiery stones. 1. Your heart became proud on account of your beauty, and you corrupted your wisdom because of your splendor. 1. So I threw you to the earth, I made a spectacle of you before kings. 2. Context: Addressed to the ruler of Tyre, this passage describes a being of great beauty and wisdom who was in Eden and was a guardian cherub. 2. The description of this being's fall due to pride and the location in Eden, a place of direct divine presence, parallels the story of Lucifer's fall. 2. The metaphorical language used to describe this figure's initial state and subsequent downfall due to pride and rebellion is seen as reflective of Lucifer's story. Theological interpretation: From these passages, theologians deduce that Lucifer was a high-ranking angelic being who, due to pride and the desire for autonomy and elevation above his created status, rebelled against God. This act of rebellion is considered the original sin because it represents the first instance of a created being attempting to usurp God's sovereignty and authority. The fall of Lucifer illustrates several key theological themes. 1. The origin of evil. Lucifer's fall introduces the concept of moral evil into creation, predating human sin. 2. The nature of sin, pride, desire for autonomy, and rebellion against divine authority are central aspects of sin. 3. Cosmic scope of redemption. The narrative sets the stage for the cosmic battle between good and evil, highlighting the need for divine intervention and redemption not just for humanity but for all creation. In this context, Lucifer's fall from grace is not just a historical or mythical account but serves as a foundational element in understanding the nature of sin, the character of God, and the necessity of redemption through Christ, who is central to Christian theology and the redemptive narrative of the Bible. The significance of Lucifer's fall in Christian theology is profound, as it establishes several foundational truths. The existence of free will among angelic beings. Lucifer's choice to rebel against God implies that angels, like humans, were created with the capacity for free will, allowing them to choose obedience or rebellion. The origin of evil. Lucifer's fall is considered the origin of evil, introducing sin into the universe before the creation of humanity. This pre-human sin sets the stage for understanding the cosmic scope of sin and redemption. The need for redemption extends beyond humanity. The narrative of Lucifer's rebellion and the subsequent fall of humanity in the Garden of Eden highlights the universal need for redemption, not just for humans but for all creation affected by sin. The sovereignty and holiness of God. The rebellion of Lucifer and its consequences underscore God's absolute sovereignty and holiness, against which any rebellion is ultimately futile and self-destructive. The prelude to human sin. Lucifer's fall provides a backdrop for understanding the temptation and fall of Adam and Eve, illustrating the pervasive influence of sin and the need for divine intervention through Christ's redemptive work. Within Christian theology, it is understood that the redemption offered through Christ's sacrifice is extended exclusively to humanity and does not include the angels who rebelled against God. This perspective is grounded in biblical teachings that highlight the unique role of humans in God's creation and redemption narrative. Here's a rephrased explanation reflecting this understanding. Based on biblical interpretations and theological insights, it is concluded that the inception of sin occurred in the heavenly realm prior to the creation of humanity, initiated by the rebellion of Lucifer, later known as Satan, against God. This rebellion marks the first instance of disobedience against God's sovereign rule, introducing sin into the cosmos. Lucifer, an eminent angel, driven by pride, sought supremacy over his creator, leading to his downfall. This act of rebellion, while shedding light on the existence of free will among angelic beings, also signifies the advent of evil, predating human sin. The accounts in Isaiah 14:12-15 and Ezekiel 28:12-17, though primarily addressing earthly monarchs, are interpreted by many theologians to allegorically narrate Lucifer's prideful insurrection and its dire consequences. The fall of Lucifer underscores several key theological tenets. Angelic beings and free will. The narrative affirms that angels were endowed with free will, enabling their choice between fidelity and insurrection. The genesis of evil. The rebellion signifies the genesis of evil within the universe, preceding the fall of humanity, and setting the stage for the cosmic extent of sin, and the necessity for divine redemption. Humanity's exclusive redemption. Crucially, while the Bible delineates the story of human sin and redemption, it explicitly indicates that the redemptive act of Christ is uniquely applicable to humans. Scripture does not provide a provision for the redemption of the fallen angels. This delineation highlights the distinctive role humans occupy in God's redemptive plan, as evidenced through the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. God's sovereignty and holiness. The story of Lucifer's fall accentuates the sovereignty and holiness of God, illustrating the futility and destructiveness of rebellion against divine authority. Human sin and redemption. The prelude of angelic rebellion sets the context for understanding the temptation and subsequent fall of Adam and Eve, emphasizing the pervasive impact of sin, and the exclusive redemption available to humanity through Christ. Therefore, while the rebellion of Lucifer and the fallen angels introduced sin into the universe, the biblical narrative and Christian theology affirm that redemption through Jesus Christ is offered solely to humans, underscoring the special relationship between humanity and the divine in the scope of salvation history.